Welcome to Amberg Acres. So I decided that I wasn't going to try and get this one up on the sawmill. So we're cutting it up into 16-inch lengths, and we're just going to split it. And we're going to split it the old-fashioned way. I mentioned to you in the other video where I was cutting on that other piece off this tree. We used to use that monster maul, and that monster maul works really good for these big chunks like this here. Now, I could come in here with the tractor and try and pick each one of these pieces up and get it out there and get it under the log splitter, because my log splitter stands vertical. But that log splitter, you're only getting about 8 inches or so into the log when you split, and it doesn't always work that great, and it's a lot of bending over and muscling it around to try and get that big chunk of wood in there. I've elected to try and do it the old-fashioned way. So stay tuned. I'm going to go get the maul, and we're going to try and split some of these chunks up. So the idea behind this monster maul is that you have a whole bunch of mass coming down and hitting it, and that's what helps it split versus a regular axe. So one thing I've noticed as I get older, that it's very hard to work on these uneven surfaces like this. I really stumble around out here and I have issues. The rest of it came. I have issues walking around, especially when it's got the snow and you know, you got these branches now are frozen in. You know, so they're kind of in your way and you can't just kick them out of the way. But yeah, as I get older, I've noticed that it's getting more difficult to do some of this stuff. So anyhow, we're gonna take a few swings at this and see if I can get this to crack. Now, it may not work because it's frozen. I mean, this sounds like it's pretty hard. So it may not work, but we're gonna give her a few whacks here and see if I can get this to split. No, it does not look like it's going to split. So we got this cut up. So what I might do here is I think I can get my tractor in from back here. I may come and grab these and take them down by the other splitter and split them up. But this is the way we used to do it, folks, back in the old day. So usually oak, because it's hard, it usually splits real easy. You know, one swing and it breaks in half. But just the fact that it's frozen, I'm gonna cut off a little piece once and see if I can still split one of them little trunks there. That one's being a little stubborn because of that knot. That's how we used to split wood. And I split a lot of wood years ago. I used to heat my house. And this is how I split all my wood. Now normally I would be able to split that, but we'll wait until it thaws out. So I'm gonna go get the tractor and see if I can pick these up and take them over to the wood yard the way they are. And we'll split them up at a later date. I guess I got to get some splitting done this spring. Starting to get a lot of big pieces laying here. I'll try those again come spring once it thaws out. I'm gonna try those again and see if I can split them with that monster maul. Otherwise, I gotta take that splitter over there and tip it up and try and get it underneath that log, and that's not the easiest thing to do. I know it's made to do that, but it's not. Trust me, it is not the easiest thing to get that piece of wood under that splitter. got me beat. So I don't know if that's still frozen or if I just ain't got the muscle to do it anymore. I used to bust through logs like this like nothing. So it could be frozen yet. We'll come back in a couple of weeks and try it again. Hey, I give up. Well, guys, I give up. I've been trying to split these things all summer and I just can't. I don't have the power anymore to swing the hammer, I guess. So it looks like they're going to go under the splitter. And if that don't work, then I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll just saw them smaller so I can lift them onto the splitter or something. So, all right, we're going to end this video. It's been long enough. I ain't going to get them split with this thing. I wanted to show you how we did it in the old days, but I guess I'm still living in the old days, right? Because I can't do it anymore. So if you like these videos, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. The shit's like rubber.